Night drives, a trilogy of terror on the road. There's an eerie allure to nighttime driving, the way the darkness seems to stretch endlessly, consuming the road ahead. It's in these isolated hours, under the watchful eye of the moon, that the most chilling tales begin to unfold, each journey a descent into the unknown. As the taxi driver, Jake, cruised through the desolate city streets, the glow of neon signs flickered against the darkness. His eyes scanned the empty sidewalks, searching for any sign of a potential fare. It was past midnight, and most people were safely tucked away in their beds, but Jake relied on the late-night crowd to make ends meet. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, a lone figure, cloaked in darkness. Jake's instincts told him to drive past, but something about the person's demeanor piqued his curiosity. He pulled over, rolling down the window to greet his potential passenger. The figure approached, their features obscured by the darkness. As they slid into the back seat, Jake caught a glimpse of piercing eyes, gleaming like polished onyx in the dim light of the cab. "Where to?" Jake asked, trying to keep his voice steady despite the unease gnawing at his gut. The passenger's response was curt, a mere whisper in the night air. "Anywhere but here." Jake shrugged off the cryptic reply and focused on the road ahead, determined to get his fare to their destination without further ado. But as they drove on, the atmosphere inside the cab grew increasingly tense, the silence broken only by the sound of the engine and the occasional shuffle from the back seat. Attempting to break the ice, Jake engaged his passenger in idle chatter, but each attempt was met with stony silence. It was as if the passenger existed in a world of their own, detached from the reality of the present moment. As they neared the outskirts of the city, Jake's unease grew, a knot forming in the pit of his stomach. He stole a glance at the rearview mirror, but the passenger's face remained hidden in shadow, their eyes fixed on some unseen horizon. Chapter 3. Vanishing Act. Finally reaching the destination, Jake pulled over and turned to address his passenger, only to find the back seat empty. Confusion and alarm flooded his senses as he scanned the deserted street, searching for any sign of the mysterious fare. Had he imagined the entire encounter, or had his passenger simply slipped away unnoticed while his attention was elsewhere? Shaken but determined to unravel the mystery, Jake retraced his route, scouring the streets for any clue that might lead him to the truth. But the more he searched, the more elusive the answers became, slipping through his fingers like smoke in the wind. As dawn broke over the horizon, Jake found himself back where it all began, the desolate city streets that had been the backdrop for his encounter with the enigmatic passenger. Exhausted and disheartened, he sank into the driver's seat, grappling with the unsettling realization that some secrets were not meant to be uncovered. But deep within him burned a stubborn resolve, a determination to seek out the truth, no matter the cost. For Jake knew that the journey had only just begun, and the road ahead promised more twists and turns than he could ever have imagined. The journey takes a spine-tingling turn as the taxi driver, driven by an unshakable need for answers, delves deeper into the enigma of his vanishing passenger. What he uncovers is a haunting revelation about the last fare, a discovery that threatens to unravel the fabric of his reality. Our second story veers off into the unknown with a group of friends embarking on a road trip. Their laughter is cut short when a phantom vehicle appears, leading them astray. As they navigate this unwelcome detour, the relentless pursuit of the ghostly car drives them towards a horrifying truth. Their ordeal becomes a fight for survival as they attempt to escape the clutches of the phantom vehicle. The friends' journey reveals a terrifying reality, one that challenges their understanding of the world around them. It's a tale that intertwines the thrill of adventure with the horror of the unknown, leaving them forever changed. In the still of the night, a solo traveler, tempted by the promise of a shortcut, veers off the main road onto a path long forgotten. This decision marks the beginning of an eerie journey, enveloped by an unsettling silence that seems to swallow even the sound of the car's engine. As the journey progresses, the traveler notices something amiss. The scenery begins to loop, landmarks repeating like a broken record. Panic sets in as the realization dawns that the road has no intention of releasing its latest captive. The once inviting shortcut now feels like a sinister trap, ensnaring the traveler in a relentless time loop. Determined to break free, the traveler's attempts grow increasingly frantic. Each loop reveals disturbing glimpses of a shadowy presence, an unwelcome companion on this endless road. The presence seems to mock the traveler's efforts, an ominous reminder that this road has its own guardians. The fight against the loop and the shadowy figure becomes not just a battle for freedom, but a confrontation with the traveler's deepest fears. The road, it seems, is haunted not by ghosts of the past, but by a sinister force, feeding on the despair of those it ensnares. As the night wears on, the traveler's resolve is tested to its limits. The realization that escape might not be an option begins to take hold, casting a shadow over the once indomitable spirit. The road and its sinister guardian stand as chilling symbols of the terror that lurks when one strays into the unknown. Mysterious figures and apparitions loom at the heart of these tales, each serving as a grim harbinger of doom. These spectral entities, neither fully of this world nor beyond it, mark the beginning of a terrifying journey for the protagonists. Their eerie presence warns of the sinister horrors that lie ahead, casting a shadow of dread over the night. As the characters venture deeper into the darkness, their encounters with these phantoms challenge not only their sanity, but their survival instincts. The chilling reality of being followed by something unseen, something that defies explanation, grips them with a paralyzing fear. It's a primal terror, rooted in the unknown and the unknowable that haunts their every turn. What begins as a mundane journey quickly spirals into a nightmare, where the ordinary world clashes with the realm of the supernatural. This clash blurs the lines between reality and nightmare, leaving the characters and the reader questioning what is truly real. Suspense builds steadily as each protagonist faces their darkest fears. They confront not just the malevolent forces that stalk them, but also the shadows within themselves. This journey into darkness becomes a metaphor for their own psychological battles as they fight to retain their sanity against the relentless tide of horror. These battles are not just physical but mental, as they challenge the very essence of the character's courage and sanity. The encounters with these malevolent forces are chilling him to his core. As the chilling tales draw to a close, a sinister pattern emerges, hinting at a deeper, interconnected web of horror. The final twist sends shivers down the spine, suggesting that the terrifying encounters on these haunted roads are not mere coincidences, but part of a cyclical nightmare, forever trapping unsuspecting travelers. In wrapping up this anthology of nocturnal terrors, we are left to reflect on the timeless allure of horror stories and the enigmatic mystery of the night. It's a reminder that, while the tales may end, the profound mystery and our fascination with the darkness endure, echoing in our minds long after the last page is turned. Thank you for listening to our Drive at Night Tales. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for listening. Stay safe in the darkness.